Coming to you live from previously a young boy's room and previously an old woman's house on the hill and currently from Kenny's basement apartment where we are in our 100th episode. It's Sports Allegedly.
Welcome everybody in this 20th day of your Lord. Or I said that wrong. 20th day of September of your
September.
September of your Lord 2024. Yes,
Remember the old math teacher.
Yes.
It's September.
Thank you for joining us for this 100th episode.
This is the 100th episode
of Sports Alleged. We've been doing this a way
3
long
years.
time.
We've been doing this 3 years,
and we've lost some friends and we've gained some friends, and we're gonna get some friends back soon. So
I hope that Creston is back with us very soon.
He's coming back soon. So anyway, thank you all for joining us.
Do miss him. I miss
tonight,
being able to get you guys into arguments.
You know, we are into a late hour on this Friday night.
Well, I had some procedures done last week, so
always in the procedures, and I'm.
Well, I mean, I had a camera in my
and I'm just into procedures, so
area. So.
And yes, anybody over 40, why don't you go get your
45?
You
40,
get
just
your
45. Just
40,
if you're over 45,
just get your stuff checked out.
Poop in a bucket, mail
let's
it.
go.
It's fun, but at the same time, they might find something. But please check your regions.
Always being healthy. All right, let's start. You know, I can't imagine what to start with this week. That there's a huge game, the game of the week. I mean, it is
we already know.
Game day, and we knew. We kind of knew last week that game day was coming to Oklahoma. As long as we won and Tennessee
Oklahoma
won.
SEC opener, Tennessee number 6. Oklahoma, what are we?
15,
14, 12,
whatever.
Depending on what you look at.
I'm gonna go 15 on them.
But it is Oklahoma's actual SEC opener. We've played numerous SEC teams in the past, and I believe that we own the record over Tennessee at 3-1. And
we do.
I do have friends from living in Alabama, and the Crimson. Apparently, if you wear Crimson, you need to start a hate week against Tennessee, and talking about how they're cousin lovers and inbreds and special people. But it's also the homecoming for Josh Heupel. And I wanted to actually talk to you about that. There's been a lot of articles about the bitter breakup of Josh Heupel and Uncle Bob, as we call him.
Sure.
Big game Bob Stoops. But I never saw it like that. I saw it as Bob saying, it's become a stalemate here, and you're going to be better than this. Move on. Because had he stayed, and yes, had that offense progressed under him, he would have moved on to be a head coach no matter what. But he needed that kick in the ass to get out there. Because you saw what he did. He went 1 year at Utah State, 2 years at Missouri, took over for Scott Frost at UCF, and now he has Tennessee being a reputable team again.
For sure.
Whereas Tennessee was going through a lot of just bad coaches.
Okay, so I just want to throw something out.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay,
yeah,
so
absolutely.
we're bringing back the golden child, and he is for our generation.
Absolutely, he was the last winning
2000
title winning quarterback.
2000 national championship.
Now we played
winner.
numerous, but he is the last title winning quarterback.
So he comes in skinny white boy. They say pasty from was it Snow College or some shit? Up there in Utah.
It was.
He's from North Dakota. He's hometown Aberdeen. His dad's a football coach.
He did do Snow
But
College.
I think it was like Snow State, or I'm going to call it Snow State because I know that's not
I thought
right.
that he had went to another college after Snow College.
Snow College was right from us to them. Mike Leach fell in love with him, recruited him, and said, hey, get here. And even Brent Venables this week in his press conference said that they wanted Akili Smith rather than he
I
did,
remember Achilles,
rather
yeah.
than Josh, just because of what he had and like his middle name. But anyway,
what was it?
Kenneth.
But you're Kenneth Edward.
Yeah, but he's middle. I mean, it's just great. But anyway, no. So he comes in.
Okay,
and,
no, he went to Weber State. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Weber State, then to Snow College.
Yeah, not Weber, Weber. And we've
I
had this
just said that.
conversation in probably episode 60-ish.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
But I said it. I said it right.
So then he came from Snow State and
Donkey.
Snow College, and then came from Oklahoma. But and even was drafted in the 6th round. And Pat Jones has a good story about him being drafted.
He played for two
the
teams.
Dolphins and the Packers.
Miami.
But but even about him, it was pretty interesting.
And
that
I think
Pat Jones went to vouch for him.
And I think what it was the reason why he wasn't able to continue his pro career. I think it was tendonitis in the shoulder.
Yeah, or elbow or something.
Yeah, I read it earlier. I read it earlier this week. I was reading the Josh Heupel, and I remember that he had stopped playing his professional career.
So I want to talk about
tendonitis in his throwing. Shoulder tendonitis.
So I want to talk about a little bit before we get into all the details about that. I want to talk about the Stoops and the Heupel breakup, essentially. Now,
did you read the same?
No, I don't. I didn't read a lot of articles. I'm just telling you from what I remember. I think a lot of. I
don't know why that's so
I think
your mic is wiggly.
I think a lot of the issue when you talk about an up tempo, you look what Josh is doing what Josh did at Utah State, what Josh did at Missouri, what Josh has done.
Let's remember that when his time at Oklahoma, he was co-offensive coordinator with Jay Norvell.
Yeah, but he was calling the plays.
But that's what I'm saying. But him and Jay were together, and I think that
Jay was never the play caller.
Did they both get fired at the same time?
No, Jay took a head coaching job or left or some shit. I don't remember.
But I'm saying they were together. They were together calling.
Jay was a good recruiter, I think. And
right, but they were
more receivers. Josh was more.
We need that now.
Josh was more quarterbacks. But no, I think so. Let me get back to my point. So a few things that I noticed about Josh. He had Landry Jones a lot as a play caller. Yep. Now, we all have kind of shit on Landry.
Sam Bradford as well.
That was when he was a quarterback coach, not necessarily as a play caller.
I read it. He was Sam Bradford and...
Yeah, he was at Bradford at first, quarterback coach.
Yes.
But I don't think he was a play caller. I really think then, in those early years, that he wasn't calling the plays. I want to say...
Kevin Wilson already gotten fired.
No, Kevin Wilson took another job at Indiana, which I would have think would have been, 04, 05? Or, I'm sorry, not 04.
It's right there.
Yes. So, that's what I say. Quarterback's coach for Oklahoma. He coached Bradford in 08.
Replaced in 2010.
And then named Heupel in 2010. So, Bradford was already gone. We had the Landry Jones years because Kevin Wilson left and took the Indiana job. And after 14, he was out. So then it makes you think, why'd this happen? Okay, so one, you look at Josh Heupel at UCF. You look at Josh Heupel at...
okay, so I want to say Josh Heupel took over a great Scott Frost team.
Very talented, yes.
Very talented team, and continued that team. All right? So... You could say that Heupel inherited what he did.
He did.
But he continued what was going on at UCF.
For 1 year, and then he had a 6-4 year, but that was COVID, so it's kind of weird.
I
don't even count that year.
COVID was a weird year.
But let me back up. I'm just going to back up a little bit to the history. I'm going to get to my point about Bob and Josh. We had Heupel not Heupel. We had not Heupel. Hold on, who is it? Landry. We had Landry.
Was the one
many
that
years with Heupel.
Jason Heupel.
Well, no, we had them
Josh Heupel.
No, it was after. I mean, there was a lot. But anyway, Landry was a guy that had put up a lot of numbers. When it really gets down to it, you really look back at it, you think that Josh is an up-tempo.
Really big arm. Really.
No.
But I'm saying Landry had a really big arm, and
he was underrated.
And Josh
agreed, and threw the ball a lot.
And Josh helped him with that.
Defensive coaches don't like high spread offenses that just throw. No. I think that was a problem. I don't think Stoops, and even though I think it was more recruiting in the quarterbacks, and I think that was just what we wasn't getting, even though you look back at Lincoln Riley, who replaced Josh Heupel, what'd he get? A transfer that Baker Mayfield went, yeah, I'm coming. Trevor Knight.
Oh, and another transfer.
No, that was after the fact. That's not as an offensive coordinator. That was head coach,
No, well, he got Kyler Murray as a transfer as well.
That's true.
And, as a head coach, he got Jalen Hurts.
Favorite.
Your unwritten favorite, Jalen Hurts.
I just think that when it gets down to it, that defensive coaches tend to kind of push out these high-flying offensive coordinators that want to throw, gun, and look what he's doing at UCF. Hold on. UCF, Tennessee, it's what he's doing. Then you get back to, and it's kind of my – it's kind of my a little bit of intrepidation about Brent Venables hiring Seth Luttrell. He's not a high –
I know.
You know what I mean? It's –
But
it could eat your lunch.
Let's look at the Big 12 at that time.
Get after it.
And who was his offensive coordinator when he came in?
Who?
With Josh. When Josh came in as our quarterback.
Oh, Mike Leach, 1 year.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what was Mike Leach best known for? The
PlayStation, baby.
PlayStation offense.
Well, Bob Stoops said at Florida it was the hardest offense I ever had to play.
Yeah, but Mangione,
more offensive line based.
Right.
More run the ball. Still like to throw fast.
Ground and pound throw. Yeah. Throw to get what you need.
And you want to, but still a hurry.
It's still a hurry. Yeah. Still a hurry. But look
at third and long. Same thing.
This actually goes into something I wanted to talk to you about tonight.
He's a quarterback.
Look at the evolution of the college offensive plays or the college offensive quarterbacks.
Gotcha.
You have the RPO now in college, and you have the spread offense. Remember, because Chip Kelly brought in the spread.
Mariota was the big one I remember.
Right. And so my point is,
because he was an OC at Delaware. He was head coach at Delaware, and then came over.
Do you remember what they did to combat the PlayStation offense? Pro set defense.
Well, and a lot of faster, smaller.
Right. Yeah. But still, pro set defense.
And that's different leagues, though.
But set defense. So, I guarantee you that this RPO running quarterback is about to change in college, because college is going to start a new defensive set to prevent that running quarterback.
Well, you get waves. You get all those different variations.
Exactly.
Whether it's years, decades, half decades, it's just everything.
Because it was what's his nut in Houston that had the run and shoot with Warren Moon.
Correct.
Glanville. Remember, Glanville had the run and shoot.
Yeah.
And that was
Glanville was with Atlanta, and also in the run and shoot.
But he did Houston first, and then went to Atlanta.
Who was the old man that used to?
Buddy, he rehired Buddy Ryan as his.
That was DC, yeah.
As his DC. Remember, Buddy Ryan ran down the sideline when they.
Kevin Gilbride.
Yeah, just punched him right in the face.
Yes.
So we're going back to college football.
But they wanted to run it, and I understand that.
There's an evolution in college football.
But defensive head coaches tend to want to slow down the offense to help the defense look better, because that's their specialty.
Right.
That's my point. And I think Stoops was a lot of that with Josh. Now, my only problem with Josh, it wasn't the play calling, it was the recruiting. That bothered me, because you wasn't getting the guys, especially the quarterback aspect.
You bring Lincoln. Adrian Peterson?
No, that was Kale. Kale and Bob handled that. That wasn't Josh.
But that's what I just asked. Do we need to bring Kale back?
Kale needs to come back in some variation.
Has Kale done his penance?
And but no, I mean, and it's not. And I love.
We're hurting the wide receiver.
Well, no, I think Ep100 Jones is the best coach. He's the best recruiter we have on staff. I honestly believe that. You look at the wide receiver. We just had penalties. We're hurting in recruiting is that damn offensive line. I've mentioned this over and over. Bill Bedenbaugh gets no fucking whatever. He gets no hate. It's like, I know he's put people in the NFL, but it's like, where's the depth? That's what I want to know.
It's true.
Where's the depth?
And it's really true.
We're plucking people out of the portal that aren't any good. They're just not any good.
Well, they were good at their school for what they did against
But now this
lower
this
tiers
incoming class,
that they were doing.
This incoming class, I'm thinking he's kind of back. I'm thinking he's focusing on recruiting the youngsters. But yes, but the depth, I just don't see. I mean, you've got to have depth, and I don't give a shit. You know, we got our friends. We got people. Oh, he's the greatest coach. Yes, he puts people in the NFL. I agree. So he put 2 or 3 in the NFL last year, or 2. I know.
Well, I mean, currently OU has the highest paid offensive lineman in the NFL. Currently, correct?
Well, our overall pay, but
yeah,
Creed is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's a Shawnee guy.
I know.
It's not like you had to pull his arm
Trent
too.
Williams is there too. Creed.
Agreed with that.
Humphrey.
But Trent was recruited before Bedenbaugh, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, yeah, he was.
Yeah.
But okay, so.
And I'm not shitting on the guy. I mean, I have, but it's like, where's the depth? I'm just saying, where's the depth?
Currently, what are we starting? Sophomores right now?
No, we need to start more youngsters and just let them get in there. A lot of them. A lot of them are just transfers.
Well, no, I thought the transfers were injured.
Jake Taylor and Everett comes back this week, and then we're waiting.
I thought the transfers were injured.
Some of them are, yes. But I just.
Where for me, OU is hurting is dynamic receiver.
Health is a big problem there. I know it is on the O-line. Well, you've got Gibson out. You've got Farouk out. Nick Anderson finally comes back this year.
Who was? Does this pay back to?
But I mean, you got to get him to the ball.
Lincoln Riley, or does this pay back to Cale Gundy? Who got those dynamic receivers that came out of nowhere? Who got Hollywood Brown?
Well, I think I agree, but I think
who got.
But I think you're shitting on the wrong coach.
No. I'm just saying. We have lost that dynamic receiver.
I don't think so. I think Burks is good. I think Nick Anderson.
No, Burks is great.
I thought.
I'm not shitting on Burks.
Listen about the injuries.
But they're injured. Burks.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So outside of Anderson, Burks, and Farouk,
Gibson, we lost 2.
And Gibson.
Yes. That's 3 starters.
Have you not seen the games where the guys are just not catching? Or I know Jackson Arnold has made bad decisions. I've seen that.
Can he catch? Does he have time to? I mean, because those guys catch when he doesn't have time to throw. That's my problem.
Yeah. So.
Anyway, back to the game. Back to Heupel. I think here's my concern before I give my picks. We'll give our picks at the end of the show. I love Heupel coming back. He is one of our greatest sons. He's going to get an ovation like you've never seen. And I think as our time, when we think back then, we probably didn't give him the greatest of love at the end of his tenure here. We shit on him a little bit.
Like I said, for me, he needed that boot in the ass to become the coach that he is now.
And he said, if I hadn't been at Oklahoma and what was done. Now, I know that him and Bob don't have they're cold. There's a chilly relationship there. Him and Brent are a little different.
Yeah.
So that helps.
Well, because you remember Brent was ran out too because of Mike.
Not the same though. That was a good topic that got brought up.
Oh, Brent was ran out.
Brent was not fired.
No, but Brent was ran out.
Josh was fired. No.
Fired.
He was fired.
No,
Josh was fired. Brent was not
ran out because of Mike.
No. He wasn't fired. He was going to be demoted.
No. That's what I'm saying. He wasn't.
And he's like, hey, let me go do my.
He wasn't fired. But
I'm going to do my own
thing. He was ran out because Bob said
ran
you're
out's
doing
a bad.
co.
No,
you're doing co.
Yeah, and you're not going to call the plays anymore.
And Brent was like, but I've been calling the defense for how long while your brother's been over in Arizona trying to be a head coach.
But then funny though, and he made it like 8 or 9 years in Arizona, which is impressive.
He did.
But think about though all the years that we went through mediocrity after. What was the last national championship? Was that 08?
2000.
No, that we made
played
it.
in?
Florida? I think it was.
Maybe.
It was. So 08, so you look at Josh's timeline.
Well, that was just giving up.
Into 10.
Stupid Tim
to
Tebow.
10, into 15, and we did nothing those years. I mean, compared to what we had been doing.
Tom Tebow's a stupid donkey. I don't like Tom Tebow.
Let's give a quick update on score. Stanford 23-17, Syracuse.
Hey, who would have thought Stanford was leading Syracuse, who's supposed to be better this season.
And also into the third quarter, 2nd and goal, Nebraska. But
our new favorite head coach and his hot wife, Brett Bielema.
Bielema.
Not
bulimic. Bielema.
I said Bielema. I was watching. So okay, I'm going to talk about this Nebraska Illinois for a minute. I was watching that earlier, and I saw a Matt Rule face that I haven't seen since the NFL.
Was it that screechy, like super angry face?
Yeah, like he was confused by how Illinois was staying in the game. He goes, well,
I told you I thought the spread was a little big.
Oh, it's huge. It was
9-10 is what we've seen.
And I kind of wanted to take that game.
It's 17-17 right now, but it looks like 2nd and goal at the 1 for Nebraska, so probably we'll score and get that back up.
Or a 3.
And then Washington State, early lead on the CW network against San Diego State. So good for the CW, just knocking it out of the park.
Good for one network. I think is what they're who bought them.
So let's go back. We kind of got off subject. We talked
about
Josh and all that. I mean, there's so much that. I mean, it's been an emotional week for fans at OU.
Well, it's been very, very much. We have not talked about the Tulane game.
Okay.
The week before.
Gotcha.
Okay, so OU finally scores in the second half. They tanked against Houston, and last week they finally actually scored didn't they score in the third and fourth quarter?
10 points. Only got 3 in the third.
3 in the third, but they finally scored.
Yeah.
But if you look at the Houston game, I think they were shut out at the end, weren't they?
Yeah. Defense scored more than they did.
Right.
Yes. Correct.
So
2-0.
So you're seeing an evolution of the play calling, and they did get a little more out there because they went conservative again. They went oddly conservative. And why do they do that? Why do they keep going? You get big points in the first half, and then you conservative in the second half.
I think I was trying to bring that up when we were talking about defensive head coaches.
You're very
and their team, and that's what Nick Saban actually done. Give him a little credit when he hired Lane to go. Hey, we need to get this shit going and moving on offense. You know, when he hired Lane Kiffin back to move that, I mean that was a huge. But I wanted to give a couple of. OU just total yards.
Yeah.
349 last week against 279 for Tulane. And then we go over there to Kansas State the week before in Tulane. 491 total yards to 396.
Okay, so
no,
there was never a question about our defense and their ability. It was about the offense keeping the defense on the field.
Well, no, I mean, I
think that's where in the Houston game that Houston's offense was on the field longer than they should have been, and they scored too many points. Well, but OU's defense still shut them down when they needed to.
Rushing yards for Tulane was 106 against Kansas State, 215. Average play was 7. You look at OU Tulane 4. Now listen, I'm not saying if OU comes in tomorrow and holds Tennessee under 30, then I think we've got a defensive back.
Rushing yards
I'm just 30 points.
Okay.
I think that I can sit there and go.
So there's a chance.
Well, no, then our defense is back.
All right. Well, we need to if we want to talk about what needs to happen.
Let's break the game down. You give me your thought.
Okay.
Go ahead. Let's go. OU Tennessee tomorrow. Let's go. Break it down.
Nick Anderson comes back. Very hopeful.
Okay.
That is another dynamic receiver to help Burks. That alleviates Burks from being the singular target on offense, correct? As he has been the singular wide receiver.
Yes.
Which, I mean, we got him from Purdue, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah. So, we need that. And hopefully that will open up the running game for Sawchuk and Barnes and
I love Tatum. Keep Tatum in.
Yeah. And our great rookie, our redshirt that he's starting.
Freshman.
Yeah.
True freshman. Tatum, yeah.
And he allegedly he's starting tomorrow too. He's going to be in the game.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he'll be there. Yeah.
And that gives, and you need those guys that have the hands, that have those sticky hands, to give Jackson Arnold that confidence that he needs.
So you're talking about the receivers.
Jackson Arnold.
What other keys?
You could see Jackson Arnold's. You could see in the Houston game. You could see Jackson Arnold getting deflated by his receivers not catching.
Well, yeah.
But he darts him. He gets him.
Sure.
Gets him there. But you can see him getting deflated. So he needs that confidence builder, and he moves on to the level that he goes, okay, I've got two guys now that I can go to, plus a tight end. I'm not saying our tight end's horrible.
It's been a bigger game. It's
been a bigger game for him.
Has.
And you can open up the running game, and at that point, OU is up by, I want to say, at least 14.
Okay, my keys essentially is...
Because the defense is shut down defense.
Well, okay,
but
so...
keep the defense... Okay,
well,
and also keep the defense off the field.
Okay, so let's go offense first. I thought the biggest thing about this was give Arnold time. Offensive line has to give him time to make decisions, to throw first read, second read.
Can you remember that sound?
Yes, what was that?
What's the sound when me and Preston and you first started?
Oh, was it? Ding?
We were drinking whiskey.
Oh.
Really nice. I'm sorry, this is a callback to it.
So what they need to do is they have to give him time. That's the key.
Yep.
Offensive line has to give him time. No big, and that's the only thing. I'm sitting here. I've read so much shit about this game, and it's really
many articles.
It's never about right now. It's never about the offense. It's the only thing I had about the offensive key was give Arnold some time to make decisions. Everything else, my other keys was stop the run. You've got to stop the run. Nico's going to try to run around you and throw the ball, but Dylan Sampson, the running back for Tennessee is very, very good.
So everything I was reading
and
was
don't give up
just
the big
Nico.
And don't no, and
because
I don't
they
think
don't
so.
really have that. They don't have that serious of a run game.
They're going to try to run the ball.
I know.
And Nico will run.
Everybody tries to run to get that opened up for the passing.
I don't think they're going to be able just to throw it all over us. And the third thing is, besides give Arnold time, that was key on offense. Stop the run and just don't give up big plays. Don't have them at 3rd and 1. Have them at 3rd and 11 or 3rd and 7,
long.
And that's going to be key. The crowd's got to be in it.
Yeah.
And I think they will. But my whole deal is they can't. And you're right. They can't keep the defense on the field all night long, because that is obviously the strength of us right now.
Oh, and defensive scoring. We knew.
Oh, need 2 turnovers to win.
Oh, 5 at least. Well, we need defensive scoring as well. So we need to show the SEC that we do mean business, and we do, and I've seen a lot of, look at where Tennessee is ranked in defense and offense. Where is OU?
Top 5.
Where is OU ranked?
Top 5. Now we talked about that. They played NC State, which was one of our teams statistically. But we talked about,
Didn't they knock the quarterback out?
No, we talked about.
Didn't Tennessee knock the NC State starting quarterback out?
Possible. Let me see if I can find the statistics on that.
And so OU holding Nico, and I think I said holding Nico, as well as defensive turnovers, because Danny's going to be my cuz. Danny's going to be flying around. Hold them, and what I do not want to see are the holes in the passing defense that have been there for the big plays. I want to see that zone defense when they go zone to step in and not let that guy behind them. Don't let the dude, because Nico will throw and connect to the guy that is 10 yards behind you. Do not let.
And he's a freshman quarterback, first road game, just like Jackson Arnold. Next week will be his first road game.
And what is his next week?
Auburn after this week. So,
Okay.
But I want to talk about.
And I wanted to go to Auburn.
Kenny
said no.
The NC State
We're better than that.
Was 51-10, and the total yards. And that was what was funny is that not funny, but NC State's total yards was 143. They had 39 rushing yards. The strength of Tennessee's defense is the defensive line. We think, what we've read, studied, whatever, that the defensive backfield is the weakness. But here's the deal: 22 first downs for 10.
Hey.
But hold it. But Nico was 16 to 23, 211 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Not great numbers, very pedestrian. But then you look at Dylan Sampson, the running back, 20 carries, 132 yards, 2 touchdowns.
I think
and then Nico had 8 carries for 60 yards. That's an 8-yard run average.
But I think
you've got to contain him. You got to contain the run game.
NC State's quarterback as well.
Possible, yes.
And
but it doesn't matter.
And for that also.
But I'm saying they played a defense.
But you look at the spread this week for NC State versus Clemson. Clemson, are they back? I don't think they are.
19.5, I think. 20. Okay, yeah.
20. Vegas Insider, baby. But Vegas Insider has.
So it tells you that NC State, that we Sports Allegedly were way wrong about how they were going to do. Because their over-under had to be.
No. You got to go ACC. NC State was
8.5. Probably not going to hit it now the way they're looking.
No.
Looks like
I think Georgia Tech might give them
trash. But.
At this point, Georgia Tech's going to give them help.
But no, I mean, I think that is to me, that's the keys of the game is keep that offense off the field.
Lockdown D.
And now, hold on, but now you're going to look. We were talking about Josh Heupel being fired, defensive-minded coach Bob Stoops maybe wanted to slow it down. Brent Venables, he's hired Seth Luttrell, a lot of fullback, a lot of tight end. Is this what we're wanting now? Is that what's going to take to win it? It might, to keep Nico and that offense of Josh Heupel's off the field. And
I'm totally,
but can we stay off the field enough? My problem is can the offense
keep the defense?
Well, no, can the offense stay on the field? I guess is what I'm saying.
Can keep the offense on the field long enough.
All right, predictions later. We'll give you a little prediction later as we move on. Let's talk about the second best game in Oklahoma, but damn, it's real close. I love OSU Utah this week, 3:00 kickoff in Stillwater. Utah, our fan.
You're supposed to get us tickets.
Well, couldn't get them, sold out. And let me tell you, Utah is a fan favorite of Sports Allegedly. We've talked about this. They've knocked around Lincoln Riley and that shit team at USC.
I'm not wearing my Cam Rising jersey this week because
I should have worn my Utah, but I did pick. Well, I won't say that yet. We'll get to the picks later. Listen,
we both picked Utah.
OSU. I love the matchup.
OSU has an offensive line problem.
Where's the running? Where's Gordon?
Ollie Gordon, and I sent you that. Don't.
Got it.
And I sent you that stat earlier.
90 yards.
90 yards,
total.
1 touchdown in the last 2 games.
Yeah.
And that was against Tulsa.
Yeah. That was including Tulsa. Yes.
Well, yeah, including Tulsa.
And the other one was who was that?
Arkansas.
Game? Yes.
Arkansas. Well,
let's talk a little bit about Arkansas.
His 1 touchdown
almost double
was Arkansas.
Yards. Yeah.
49 yards. So, you look that up.
No, you're right.
He had 49 yards and 1 touchdown against Arkansas. He had 41 and no touchdowns against Tulsa. It was all Bowman throwing.
Correct.
So they have an offensive line problem that I didn't see.
So why don't you pull up your notes about the spread as I talk about the game? Because I want you to talk about the spread. You had them on your phone. You were giving me the line-by-line item.
You want me to go? You want me to go to Vegas Insider?
So as he pulls up the spread for this game, because we saw what it opened earlier, and we're gamblers, no doubt. And
we're I don't know what you'd call us.
We're gamblers, but anyway, so we're doing our picks against what. But the funny thing is, the spread just moved so up and down, and you look at Oklahoma State, 45-10.
Oh my God!
Beat Tulsa. Game before, beat Arkansas by 8, but that was overtime.
Barely beat them by 8.
Arkansas,
we got lucky.
Arkansas
in the spread
was like 648 yards versus 300 and 80 or something for. I'm just throwing numbers. I'm just guessing from what I've read, but it's not accurate.
I get it. You
from
want
Oklahoma
to see the
State
timeline that I was showing you earlier.
So, but the timeline from the gambling bets from this game has been very surreal. Now,
here it is.
Cam Rising, okay, what's he doing? He had a laceration of the hand, didn't play much last week.
He didn't play
says
at all.
didn't play at all. Okay, so every article says
so here we go.
Every article says right now that Cam Rising's going to start. So, we're going to go, let's go opening, what was open, Sean?
Hold on, I'm going to open it.
We're going to opening lines. There we go, right? Oop,
right.
oop, you missed it.
No, it's right there.
Right there.
At 5:27.
Well, we're not playing in May, so go back up. This is a different game. Go back up.
Well, I'm just saying.
We're
No,
not-
but it's all 1.5. It's all 1.5. Utah.
Yeah, but get close. That was way opening. There we go. That's where we want to get the
At
juice.
1.5. So even on 9:15, it was 1.5 Utah.
Yes, that was
So
Sunday.
then
That was
you
Sunday.
get-
Sunday of this week was. Hold on. Sunday of this week.
Oh no! Wait.
Yes,
Is it Oklahoma
9:50.
State?
Let me know. Let me know.
I gotta go all the way back up. Hold on.
Hold it. Oklahoma State. Yes.
Yeah.
Would have been the favorite. 9:15
But you saw the switch, right?
for sure. 9:15 is a Sunday, so Vegas is going to go up to 9:15.
I'm going to 9:15.
There we go. 9:15. They're a dog. 1.5. OSU.
Right.
Yes. 9:15. I don't know.
I don't know what the difference is right there.
Yeah, because that doesn't make sense. They open about. Well, then they make a move right
And
immediately.
then it switches to Oklahoma State at 2.5.
Okay. So 9:15 later in the evening. Keep going. 3.
And then 9:15
3,
at 6,
then-
almost
And
6:30.
it's still 3.
It's 3.
yeah.
No, but this is Oklahoma State.
This,
This
I
is
know.
Oklahoma State's on
Monday's
that.
still favored. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And so then we get into
And not a big deal.
We
It's
get
just,
into 9:16. We get at 10
that's a
a.m.
Monday. Yes.
10 a.m. on 9:16. The line goes back down to 1.5.
Correct.
Oklahoma State.
Correct. Now the big move is, and it's still on 9:16. Where do they go to the plus? And that's 10:53 on the AM. They move from -1 to +1.
And that's after the game that they played against Tulsa.
No, 9:16, dude,
no.
is Monday. This
Yeah,
is
but
new.
that was after the weekend. That was after the
No,
That was after Tulsa.
no shit. So was the starting line
Wait, no, starting line they were positive. This is Oklahoma
on
State.
Sunday.
Kitty, this is Oklahoma State.
You're talking about Tulsa. Tulsa was
No.
already done.
No, but I'm saying this is after Tulsa.
So was the -3.
This is Oklahoma State.
So was the -3.
This is Utah.
Dude, I understand this. But
Okay.
that 15 is a Sunday. This is a Monday.
Right.
Yes. So Tulsa has no matter of that. They started as a favorite after they killed Tulsa. Tulsa has no
Correct.
play. Yes.
Correct. And Cam Rising's not in the game, allegedly.
Well, 9:16. I'm just, dude. I
No,
think
no,
your
but-
dates are wrong. You're missing your dates.
What do you mean? My dates.
16
9/16.
is
Cam Rising wasn't.
It's a Monday.
I know, but Cam Rising wasn't.
What's that got
wasn't-
to do with anybody?
Cam Rising wasn't announced until.
No, but you
Earlier.
were talking about Tulsa. Tulsa had no.
Oh no!
movement on this.
It's post Tulsa. What I mean is post Tulsa. Post Tulsa. game.
Same with
Post-
15.
yeah,
they were
post Tulsa.
down. So now we're on 16. It's Monday. We're still talking about Monday, and the spread's moving. It's dropping, and then 9:16 at 10:53 is a +1, and then oh shit, +2.
Yeah.
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 This
and
is the
then-
same day on Monday.
Yeah.
So keep
Yeah.
going.
Monday's line changed so much, and I have not seen lines change in a game like this. What was the last game that we remember that went from a +3?
You know, we don't
There
wa-
was one game that we had last season that went from a +3 to a -3.
To our gambling credit, we don't watch lines
And
that
you-
intense.
No, we
unless
don't. We really
unless
don't. We
it's
really
a team we.
And
are
you had
close to.
called me out on it because you go, wait a minute, this team is here, and I was like, wait, no,
Yeah.
no. When I took this,
It's moved that much.
the team that I took.
So keep
was-
going up. So we're going into the night on 9:16. Now they're a +1.5, but keep going. Let's move.
9/16 at 7 p.m. They're a +2.
Yeah, but they're moving back down, and everybody's like, "Oh, +2, we got the money." See, it seems like the money on this really likes,
heavy money.
but really likes OSU for some reason, and the home team, and maybe it's small bets. Who knows? Maybe the small bets are grabbing it because they're watching.
I don't know, but it moved to Oklahoma State being that it's back down to 1. I mean, we talk about 2.5.
That was earlier today.
Yeah, that was yes, and you and I were
day.
talking about it. Yeah, you and I were talking about it. So
now the money's moving to Utah.
At 1:30 p.m. today, it's a 1-point game. My God, can you just hold on to your cash and be like, wait a minute, I want to watch it. Wait a minute, hold it.
Well, I think you look at 2.5. Utah, you like Utah
because I thought I fucked up whenever I took it, and I had to go back and check.
We'll get to our picks. We both pick Utah, but
But
honestly, it's we'll give a little preview. It's Utah straight up all over. Cam Rising's going to play. Every article we've read, he's going to play. Mm-hmm. The defense is missing a few key people. Listen, OSU should not have beaten Arkansas, and I think the defense for Utah is going to overpower them, and I think it's going to make Bowman.
Pittman screwed that game up.
Well,
we know. We watched.
Well, and you
and I were watching separately, but talking.
Yes.
And Arkansas really screwed that up, and I want to say, unfortunately, it was the quarterback decisions that did.
But he's much better. I like KJ. He's better than KJ Jefferson. I like it. Arkansas looked better.
He is. But
hey, the whole Pittman people that want to fire him. You need to hang.
My God, the line on this game is so amazing because we've watched it go from one end to the other.
But we've
back
talked
to the other end.
But we've talked about Ollie Gordon. The over-under on this is 53. You could kind of see that 31-30.
52.5 when I told you earlier. I was like, it's only 52.5. Now it's a point up.
I think you take the over on this, because I think that Rising.
Do we need to vet Vegas?
And
need to call
should
I call a friend and be like?
In the passing,
run to Vegas real quick.
We've heard these big time pundits. I think one of them is Fox, and
I think they're going to hit the over.
He used to play for Texas. Hold on, said that Texas.
Are you talking about
that Texas or that OSU's passing game was inept, and I'm thinking.
What are you talking about?
Smiley.
Stupid.
Anyway.
Stupid face.
Smiley.
Yeah, it's stupid.
He's horrible. Fire him. Just
get rid of him.
Fire him. Bring in Sports Allegedly. We can do this.
He loves the Texas P.
He just taught. Yes, and he's not even watching. He's not even watching these games. Alan Bowman.
We watched him contradict himself in one day.
Alan Bowman is carrying this team. Ollie Gordon is not, and you give the guy credit.
Very much.
But I think this is by far the best defense they play.
Yep. Oh yeah. Then when they get to Kansas State, because don't they play Kansas State?
Yeah, right back at Kansas State.
Yeah, they're going to get beat up real quick.
You talk about 2 back-to-back games that's going to call the Big 12 standings is Utah at Oklahoma State.
And I'm not going to discount that BYU game now.
No, I'm just talking back-to-back.
Yeah. No, but that BYU
there's
team,
no bigger games in OSU history. Not history, but recently. That's huge.
Because, this is so
if they win, you're talking
two
playoffs,
games,
baby.
These next 2 games are what everybody has set for a precedent for the Big 12 title.
Agreed. And
Kansas State, Oklahoma State, and Utah
are
the 3 teams that everybody's picked.
And if OSU wins if OSU wins both those games, I think they go undefeated.
They're done.
I think they're in. I agree.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
They have no competition after that.
You're talking about BYU. You're talking about West Virginia.
might be the next complication.
But
BYU's offense is.
Yeah, exactly.
Great defense.
We'll watch them.
Defense,
We'll watch them this week against who was the BYU game that we kind of thought would have been a fun game for them.
BYU, it should go. Yeah.
Kansas State.
Kansas State. Yes. Yeah. And I wanted to take that.
Well, because BYU is generally on the road hard.
I know.
It's hard.
But BYU has been just a.
All right. We both pick Utah. We'll give scores here in a minute. All right. What else? Tulsa, you want to give a little update on that?
All right. So, unfortunately, Tulsa lost the Arkansas State game. And very, very bad refereeing for me. I
got to watch it.
I watched it. Horrible refereeing. There was a touchdown, and as Kenny says, those knockouts into the back of the end zone should not go to the other team.
Correct. I agree with that.
You should just give it back on that play and just redo the play.
Now, quick update.
Butch Jones. Oh, my God.
Quick update on the score. Illinois just scored 24-24.
Stanford's fighting back.
And then Stanford's 23-17. 9 minutes left in the fourth. 8 minutes left in the Nebraska game, so it's tied. I guarantee it, Nebraska's not going to cover, and I knew that.
That 10?
9 or 10, either one.
Yeah, it was 10.
But let's talk a little bit about Tulsa. I think one thing about Tulsa, I want to give credit where credit is due. I think when they got to the last defensive plays, I had read that 9 of the defensive team that was on the field towards the end of the game were true freshmen.
Yeah.
What Kevin Wilson is doing, and they're not going to win as many games as we thought. I can already tell you that.
Well, I mean, 4.5. I think we had them at 6.
We had them at 6.
We had them at least.
They need to win this one.
La Tech. They need to win the La Tech game.
Sonny Cumbie's the coach, but they're going to be favored. They only lost to NC State by 10, which kind of makes me wonder back on the NC State, how bad are they? Or is NC State better? La Tech is what I meant. La Tech beat only Nichols by 8 points.
Nichols State.
So, yeah. So, I don't I got Tulsa picked this week. I think Tulsa could pull the upset. You just need to play the younger one. I think that's what Kevin Wilson's going to do without being an asshole. The young kids are in, and do I know? The young kids are in, and they're going to play. So 62-28, they won the first game, lost to Arkansas State that would have been a nice one to win, and obviously Oklahoma State 45-10. But like I said, the kids that were playing at the end of the Tulsa game, I mean, were youngsters. But
remember, we're doing 3 quarterbacks.
But 2 and 2, well, they just need to play Francis. 2 and 2 looks a lot better than 1 and 3, and that's what it should be.
And Tulsa's been discounted out of the AAC. It's Memphis.
Well, 4.5. And Memphis looks good too, no doubt about that. Memphis looks like the team. All right, so Tulsa, we'll get to the picks here shortly on that. We'll get to OSU picks at the end, and then obviously the OU Tennessee game, which is big. We've talked about the plays. So real quick, I'm going to talk about, while Sean stepped out, the real thing to talk about right now that's pending. I want to give you a little update on the MLB standings, because I know he's not going to want to talk about that because his team is actually close to setting a record. Right now, the Chicago White Sox 36-117, which is nuts. The next worst record is the Angels. They've got 91 losses. And you know what's, you think about the Angels, just kind of just a non-baseball, something we should talk about during non-football, is Trout. I mean, what a waste he was there. I mean, it's a shame. But anyway, let's talk about the AL. Yankees, the Indians, and Astros. They're going to be the leaders right now. Yankees have 89 wins. They might have a game going on. I haven't looked. The Guardians games are over. They have 90 wins, and then the Astros 83. So they lead. In the AL wild card is going to be the Baltimore Orioles at 86 and 68. Kansas City Royals 82 and 72, and the Twins. Twins are hanging out. Look at the surprise Detroit Tigers. They're only a half game out, 7-3 in the last 10 games. And I'm just gonna let you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry, he went to baseball.
No, well, we finished up. We're gonna do our picks later, but no, I mean, the AL Central was dubbed as one of the weakest.
We're not done.
No, was one of the weakest division, dubbed as one of the weakest divisions. And what's crazy is you've got 3 out of the 4 teams in the playoff hunt, and they looked at as one of the strongest. So, and then you've got the Mariners after that, but that's the only other, and I think Red Sox are out. NL leaders, you got Philadelphia, 92 wins, Dodgers, 91, Milwaukee, have clinched the playoff spot.
By the way, Kurt, it's pronounced Milwaukee.
Milwaukee, yeah.
Chris? Did you say Kurt or Chris?
What was his name? I don't remember. Then I have to go to the Mets, and I didn't want to do that.
You almost killed that guy, right?
So,
like I was holding a stack of. Oh my God, Kenny, you see this?
Final?
Stanford Syracuse final.
Look at the Stanford Fighting Trees.
Oh, the Cardinals.
They're better.
The Cardinals. They're the Pine Cardinals.
So anyway, wild card for the NL, San Diego, Arizona, which I love Arizona's team. I love the coach. Pitching is good. I don't. And then you got the Mets.
How about the D-backs?
Yes. Well, they were in the championship last year.
They were.
Yeah.
They snuck.
And then you've got the Mets. I just know the Cubs aren't making the playoffs, so I love it. I love it. I love it. So
you mean that's okay? So the Cubs not making the playoffs can't prevent the Guardians from winning another title. What do you think the Brewers are gonna?
I'd love to see
I'd
love to see an Indians Brewers championship.
Yeah, you're not.
Yeah, I'm not. Probably not. But
it's
anyway,
gonna be Orioles.
No. I think it's Yankees and Dodgers to be honest, but just because of the pitching.
Yeah, we haven't got to that point yet.
All right, moving on. There's our baseball talk.
Yeah, you went weird.
I was by myself, so I knew you didn't want to talk about the White Sox.
You know what?
I
am comfortable as a White Sox fan knowing that we are going to get the losing. Hey, here's the thing. Do you realize the two worst teams in the modern era are in the AL Central?
Yes, White Sox and Tigers.
And do you realize that the three worst teams in the
Well, don't add the Indians to that. No, we were the Spiders and some other shit.
It doesn't matter.
You're bringing back the 1900s. You just needed.
You're still
when
there.
When it hits 162 games, and that's when we count.
I know, but you're still there.
No.
And we can't. I don't think we get to 162.
No, just 162. Because I pick the Indians every year, 81 and 81.
All right, one of my favorite games that we're not going to pick is Auburn, Arkansas.
Some hog love.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what they do compared to what they come off last week.
And Sam Pittman has already given praise to Hugh Freeze.
And then OU plays them next week on the road. It's Jackson Arnold's first true road game.
Like I said, I wish we were going there, but you said no.
No. We'll be in Mississippi.
Surprise team. Arizona State, 3-0.
Surprising. I still pick Tech to win.
I did too. I did as well. But Arizona State, surprise team.
Dillingham's got the offense moving. Now, Memphis has obviously been one team that we've talked about that could be potentially getting into that playoff
Memphis
spot.
and Boise State are the top two right now.
Yeah, but Boise's already got a loss.
I know, but Memphis and Boise are the top two that everybody's looking at to get in.
All right. What you got?
Well, I was looking for that. Is Georgia, Alabama next week? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's not this week for sure.
Okay. Because I saw a lot of that. We have a return game of Colorado Baylor.
What happened to Baylor? What happened? Big 12 championship 2 years ago?
A lot.
Dave Aranda I thought was a really good coach. That program, I don't know what's going on there. Maybe he's too tough to play.
Well, no, you remember that Dave Aranda took over the Matt Rule team. And he kept those. He kept those players there.
So we're giving the Matt Rule love. Currently, what's the score on that game?
24-24.
Okay,
and I
still tied.
think that they were about to score. Let me just scroll up here. I think Nebraska was back in scoring position. No. Illinois got the ball back
on their own 25-ish.
One thing I want to say is I'm tired of this Dylan Raiola.
Don't be jelly.
No, I'm just tired of the Dylan Raiola Patrick Mahomes comparison.
Well,
you remember when everybody was
comparing? He's a good freshman.
I know, but he does one sidearm pass, and all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, the next Patrick Mahomes.
I think it's more the hair too. I think is a little bit of that.
You mean the look? I don't think Dylan Raiola sounds like Kermit the fucking Frog.
No, he doesn't sound like him.
Yeah.
Hey, Nebraska's back. They're ranked, and that's great.
Oh no, that's
if they win this, they're going to be ranked. They're going to still be ranked. Yeah. That's great. Nebraska. It's the best place I've ever watched a road game at. Is Nebraska? It's great. The fans are great, respectful.
Is it
fun? Mm-hmm. Yes, it is.
Is it? Why don't you get me and George and Tina in here and ask where we sat and got sunburned?
Well, I mean, that's
because you didn't get us tickets under the awning that you were on. Now we had a great view of the field.
I didn't have that as much. Yes, I had a great winter seat.
We had an amazing view of the field.
You had a bad summer seat.
But me, George, and Tina, we're stuck in an end zone with the sun beating down on us, and it's just surrounded by Nebraska fans.
It's great.
But everybody was very respectful because. You remember when we played for the Big Red One?
Yes.
I want to bring up that when OU plays Alabama, we need to play for the Big Crimson. We need a trophy. You and I. Let's go in.
You're just gonna pick it?
No. We're gonna make a trophy called the Crimson One or the Big Crimson.
Okay.
Don't you touch Sizemore. And we will present it to OU and be like, hey, we want you to give this out when you play Alabama every year.
What's it called?
OU and Nebraska used to play Big Red One.
Okay.
That's what they used to play for every season.
Gotcha.
We're going to be the Big Crimson.
Oh, okay.
The Big Crimson One.
Are we both Crimson?
Yeah.
Because they're kind of darker than us.
No,
is that what they're called?
We're Crimson and Cream. They're Crimson and White.
Okay.
Trust me, I know this. I've been there.
You've been there.
I've been there.
All right. Let's do it. Let's finish it up. 55
So
minutes.
That's how we're getting our name out there.
Okay.
Sports Allegedly presents the Big Crimson.
And everyone's like, who the fuck are these people? But anyway.
Oh, two.
All right, Illinois, did they get the third? Let's update that game. 3rd and 1.
All right.
They had it on their own 30. Looks like he had a no gain. Well, this game is coming down to the end. What do we got? Let's see what
2
we got.
minutes.
Update.
Well, I mean, it's on inside.
Still got the ball, so that's good. I hear some noise. Oh, and they got the 59% probability. Looks like Illinois is moving the ball.
NFL.
What do you want to talk about NFL? Oh, and then we'll do NFL and then we'll do our picks real quick.
Oh my God! Can we talk about
what's the concerns?
Can we talk about the upsets that weren't supposed to happen? New Orleans, Dallas.
So are you saying that Dallas isn't Super Bowl bound? Is that what you're saying?
Maybe. Or
as everyone is. It's every fucking year. They're not any good.
New Orleans scoring how many points in 2 games?
Not buying them yet.
I know. But
I'm thinking the Eagles could beat them, and I'm not a big fan of Jalen Hurts.
I don't think it's that. I just think that why do you hate Jalen Hurts so much?
I don't hate him. I just don't think he's a good quarterback.
Kenny, it's 100th episode. Why do you hate Jalen Hurts?
I don't.
Give us the
lowdown.
lowdown.
I mean, look what he done last game. I mean, it's just not that good.
Well, look what he did in the last 3 games of the season.
It's just not that good. It's not that good. It is what it is.
Do we need to talk about your fantasy football team failing as well?
I'm 1-1.
You should have been 2-0.
Well, I didn't get the picks I wanted.
Well, no, your players didn't show up like they should have.
As usual, per me, yes. Last year, if you remember, my whole team had the most points scored, but had the most points against.
And you have that right now.
I'm possibly, yes.
I don't even
have the talent I had last year. Everyone drafted around me to get the talent I picked last year. They all took my talent.
But you still have the most points
against. I had Gibbs.
You have the most points
Rookie
against.
Gibbs. I wanted Zay.
I got it.
I mean,
Hey, whoa. That was last year. I'm talking about this year. This year I didn't take any of your guys.
Oh, everyone around me. I had Zach.
You had Zach and
Preston all around me. Yeah,
and they took everything.
Exactly.
And both of those guys have been shitting the players out.
Well, Zach has, but Creston's team's horrible.
Oh no, he's getting rid of. But
go back to what we were talking about. NFL.
All right, just the NFL in general. Very shocking. Very shocking
Cowboys.
week.
Talking about the Cowboys.
Well, just NFL in general. Very shocking week. Raiders beat the Ravens. Did anybody see that coming?
No, I didn't. But are we going to see something real quick that it's going to make Lamar just be back to what he should be?
Niners lost in Minnesota again because
they don't have a very good
trash.
But anyway, what do you have? You have Sam Darnold outplay Brock Purdy. Come on now.
My God. Oh, what a bitch!
I'm just saying.
Somebody about to get slapped up in here.
I'm just saying. I mean, that's what it is.
Hey, but guess what? Who is
Purdy threw 2 picks? I'm pretty sure.
He did.
Go to week 2.
He did.
Yeah, week 3. I mean, let's talk about that. Obviously Tua gets hurt on Thursday. Sad deal.
Hold on. Hey, here's the thing. A lot of sports writers, a lot of sports. How do I say this? Institutions, a lot of sports.
People
reporters,
not as popular as us. Yes,
reporters.
I'm with you.
We're saying that DeMar Hamlin, it was a dirty hit.
Oh God, no.
Exactly.
Not at all.
Exactly. Tua ran into him.
Yeah.
But a lot of people were saying it was an early hit by DeMar Hamlin. They were like, oh, it was a guy that came back from death.
Clickbait. Yeah, clickbait.
Yeah, but they're saying that he hit
We don't do clickbait at Sports Allegedly.
No.
Gardner Minshew MVP. I'm just saying. No.
We barely bait. I mean, I go fishing,
But I definitely don't click. But anyway, no. I mean,
but yeah, they said that Tua got a dirty hit, and I was like, what do you mean, DeMar Hamlin? He ran into DeMar Hamlin. You could watch the video.
Sure. No, I think no. So
and then you see Mike McDaniel's face, and he goes, oh.
He knew it. He knew it was bad.
Oh, Skylar Thompson has to go in.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, Skylar.
Ryan Tannehill just gets no love right now. Even Skylar Thompson starting to Ryan Tannehill.
Why?
Exactly.
Joe Flacco got signed.
Well, no, Joe Flacco's at the Colts. I missed that.
I know, but Joe Flacco got signed.
All right, so Raiders were a surprise. Obviously, the Ravens. I mean, you need to take Lamar and let him throw the ball. Steelers suck on offense.
Hey, the Chicago Bears covering the Texans. Did not expect that.
The Bears
That was a 7 point. That was a 7 point.
The Bears
spread.
have a good defense, actually.
They have a great defense.
I wouldn't say great.
No, they do. They have a great defense, and they shut down Nico Collins in the second half. Like, all of his shit was like first half.
Texans,
and they really shut him down.
Texans were not on the ball that game. They were off. That's why the Texans win big this week.
All right, what about the Saints Cowboys?
You know,
Dennis Allen back. Dennis Allen is a coach.
35.
Derek Carr back into your good graces.
35 to 20.
Because I know how much you love Derek Carr.
I don't. 35-16 is Eyeliners great.
Ladies and gentlemen, he loves Derek Carr.
35-16 at halftime. I think it was just one of those deals that everything went right for the Saints. And who's the Saints play this week? We were talking about that, and I wanted to pick against them because the Saints
are playing Philly.
Yeah, so two teams I can't stand, and so I'm rooting for Philly, and I think Philly wins. I think the Saints come down. Let me tell you something.
You think Vic Fangio pulls that defense in?
No, I think David Carr just backs up and goes, "Hey, listen, this is."
I need Rashid Shaheed.
I think it's one of those deals. But hey, listen, Buccaneers going to be possibly 3-0.
I need Shaheed.
Hey, best win of the game was Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield 2-0. They beat the Lions.
Oh my God!
Everyone's got the Lions.
Huge surprise of the week.
Yes,
Tampa Bay. Old rivalry, going in old NFC Central, going into Detroit and winning by 4.
Correct. And you look at the best stats of the whole team, it's all the Lions, and that's what you're missing is the defense.
But that's what they post. They post the best.
No, it was. But you know, so what Detroit's got an issue a little bit. I want to talk. I'm glad you brought.
They got a defensive issue.
No. They've got an offensive issue. You don't throw Goff 55 times and only connect on 34. You've got Gibbs and Montgomery. You've probably got one of the best running back stables in the league.
You do. You really do.
And you're not running those guys enough.
Let's
and then Goff threw 2 interceptions.
Let's look at the box. Let's see what Montgomery ran.
Oh shit! I bet he didn't have over 10 carries. Honestly, I could be wrong.
Right.
11. Okay, there we go.
No, he had over 10.
Yes. Okay, 11.
Yeah, and this is one of those.
So you throw the ball 55 times, and your running backs throw it 24. Or run it 24.
This is one of those try to get the running game to get the passing game open games that didn't work. Whereas Baker Mayfield, you look at him, 12 and 19, and look at Tampa's rushing.
But look at his statistics on rushing.
Rashard White was 10.
Yes.
Bucky, 7. Baker, 5. They had the passing game open from beginning.
Correct.
Well, but they didn't need to do much.
Well,
if you look at plays, let's go. Hold on. Let's go look at time of possession.
No, what they held them to though, Sean, was field goals. That's what Tampa.
But that's what I'm saying.
You could dink and dunk all the way down the field, but once you get to the 20 or 30, that's when Tampa went, okay, we're going to play a little better defense.
Time of possession is very important here.
I bet it's pretty close.
Detroit actually had more time of possession.
That's what I'm saying. I bet it's close because they had the passing. That's with the 55 passes.
Here it is. 2 turnovers.
Yeah, the 55 pass. And it wasn't
463 yards by Detroit.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't even that. It was Tampa's defense in the red zone or when they got into scoring was huge. Yeah. You look at the field goals
stops they got.
Yes, that's exactly right.
And that's why I'm taking Tampa as my favorite.
Super Bowl pick? Is that what you're saying?
No,
damn it.
donkey.
Okay.
New Orleans is my Super Bowl favorite.
Oh, the New Orleans. Yeah. The Saints.
Hey, by the way, who said that who said that New Orleans and Green Bay were going to be fighting for a
wild card?
A wild card spot?
Yes.
They are currently fighting for that wild card spot right now.
True. That is true. All
With
right.
Tampa being 2-0.
No, when you go back to the
Bears 1-1. Very surprising. We won the first game by defense. Second game, we very well could have won that game.
I want to talk about. Give me your two teams that look like shit, and give me your two teams that look like they're better than what you thought.
Teams. All right. So, two teams that are down.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
You look like shit. That's our new deal. You need to get a slogan for that. Two teams that look like shit.
Two down, two up.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I can't do that.
Dude, what do you got? What do you got? One of them's obvious.
Oh, what down?
Yeah, give me your two downs.
Oh, Dallas. Definitely Dallas. Dallas hugely down. Dallas blows out, the Browns in the first week? And then goes into New Orleans and gets hammered?
So Dallas is your down, and what else? What's
L.A. Rams.
Okay, that's a good one. Yes, that's a good one.
L.A. Rams.
41-10 is what Carolina just smacked that ass. Now, I know they've got injuries.
Carolina, Arizona.
Or Arizona, whatever. Arizona. The Cardinals is what I meant. Yes.
Please be.
And no, you're right. I mean, and it was 41-10, and there was no doubt about that team just kicking ass.
Both games in the second week. 41-10. And what did the Dallas lose by? What was that game?
You talking about the Saints?
Yeah,
Saints
what was that?
44-19.
44-19. How did Dallas only score 19 points against the Saints? The New Orleans Saints.
Run and gun. So that's your two downers. You're going to go Dallas and the Rams.
Dallas and the Rams.
What's your upper?
Because the Rams...
What's your team that's looking better than you thought, surprising you?
God. I hate to say it, Tampa Bay.
Okay, I like it.
I do like the new look Tampa Bay. By the way, a team that pretty much re-signed everybody.
A lot of injuries, though. We had 4 starters out.
I know. Yeah. But re-signed everybody. Kept their entire team. I'm not saying that they should have won the Lions game, but they should not have lost the Lions game by more than 3 points.
Fair enough. Who's your other upper?
Oh, my God. My other upper...
Come on.
I can't.
There's 2 I've got that's huge.
I can't tell you that it's either Aaron Rodgers. My surprise up team, Seattle.
I could go with that, and I picked Seattle this week to win.
Offensive line. That is something that I questioned you about earlier. I said, who has one of the flying under the radar
Makes
offensive
a big difference.
lines?
And the defense is a coach that's a coaching coordinator. Ryan Grubb's the offensive coordinator that won that made the final 2 with Houston.
McDonald.
No, Mike McDonald's the defensive head coach, but Ryan Grubb is now the offensive coordinator that used to be at the Washington.
I was watching somebody
Huskies.
else. I was watching somebody else.
Remember he took the Alabama job for a second, and then he came back.
I was watching somebody else's channel, and they did the Mike McDonald joke.
Shame on them. So he
was great because he pulled up
so
the
you got
Mike
so the upper team is what? Seattle and who?
Oh, Seattle and Tampa.
Tampa. I'm going to tell you, I like the Vikings. The Vikings are kind of my surprise.
Shit.
Are kind of my surprise.
Who was that?
Daxton.
Daxton, you get back in your room. You're not allowed in here.
I really think the surprise team so far in the NFL, and it's early, is I like the Vikings, and I really like the as far as the Bills. The Bills look good. The Bills look cohesive. The offensive line looks good.
I told you the Bills were doing
defensive. Always been good.
I told you preseason that the Bills were having a New England Patriots issue with wide receivers, where all of a sudden you're going to see these weird wide receivers that are just going to do very well.
Yeah, I agree.
Because Tom Brady,
Diggs is gone.
You remember that season that I think Gronkowski was either there or not there, but Julian Edelman came out and Thompson came out and a couple other guys, because all the other wide receivers had wanted big money and they went to other teams.
Gotcha. No, I agree.
And so this is what, and then this. Oh, and by the way, you said that letting go of that defensive back in the secondary was a mistake.
Who for who?
For the Bills, Poyer and the other guy, I forgot his name.
No, there was only one that left.
No, both the safeties.
Anyway.
Both safeties left. Both safeties were gone, anyway, and they got new safeties. Okay. And what has that done? They have
one of them's Hamlin, isn't it? One of them, they brought him back.
But they have brand new. They have literally. Buffalo has a brand
the defense,
new.
I'm not sold.
Buffalo is a brand new.
I'm not sold on the defense yet. I'm sold on the offense.
Secondary.
It looks better.
They have a brand new defensive secondary, and it has turned out very well for them.
All right, disappointing two teams. Like I said, I like the Vikings and the Bills as my teams that look much better. The disappointing teams, obviously, the Colts is one,
legitimately for
and
one armpit. If
I
you're
think
this
the 49ers is the other one. They've just looked out of sync. I think Purdy looks like shit, like I've always said, and that's all I've got to say about that. Are you ready to go into our picks for college?
Hold on. I need you to say it again.
Is this what it is? I don't think you've got the right song. Do I need to find you a better song?
No, hold on. It's Mark Lino.
I know the song, but I don't think.
I just need you to say all that again.
I can't keep forgetting. Those when you bring that Seattle Seahawks up there when they're rolling to the play. What's disappointing, I think, so far is the Colts.
I'll buy that.
Colts and 49ers.
I'll buy
mine too. Because I thought the Colts would look better on offense.
And of course, the Colts are running right into the Bears' defense, which Eberflus took a lot
but
of.
The Packers with Malik Willis beat them by 6-2, and that's trash.
So bad.
All right, ready to wrap this up? Let's do the picks. Dun 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 dun.
I'm not ready to finish episode 100 yet.
So
I want us to have a makeout session.
We're gonna go.
No, you have the picks. You have the picks. So you remember you got to pull that back up.
Oh yes. Okay, here we go.
There it is. All right, what do we got?
Well, now listen. Let's talk. Let's talk Tulsa.
Okay.
Tulsa, Louisiana Tech at Louisiana Tech.
Spreads
3.
I think that Kevin Wilson brings big balls out, and they get them. They get them, and who has La Tech even played this season?
I had their schedule picked up. One of them was actually a pretty game, but give me a score.
I'm gonna go. You know what? 24-17. We're gonna go with regular.
All right, I've got Tulsa winning this one actually too. 27-24, close one at the end.
We both have 3 points.
Yes. All right, here we go. Because was it 2.5? Oh shit! I need to pick higher than that though, don't I?
No, what? No. Tulsa was down. La Tech.
Okay, that's right. They're
look. Hey, Kenny.
Gotcha.
Kenny, look
with
right
you.
there.
Got the plus. Okay, gotcha.
Right. +3.
Let's go OSU predictions. We said we're both picking Utah on this one. Right now we've got what?
We took 2.5.
1.5. 2.5. Doesn't matter.
We have 2.5.
Is that 2.5 for?
I'm taking Utah by a touchdown. I want 20. You know what? Give me 24-10.
Oh, damn!
Just give me 24-10. I'll take a 14.
I think it's going to be a little higher. I think actually the running game for OSU gets moving, but I think in the end I'm going to go 31.
37.
I'm going to go 31-27. 31-27. Final there. All right. OU. Here we go, Sean.
Oklahoma. 31. 20. God, I want to say 27, but 31-24.
Okay, 31-24. I'm going to take Tennessee on this one. I hate to. I'm going to go 30. I actually like the 31.
I hate your white privilege.
I like the 31.
Your white privilege.
I'm going to go 31-20. Tennessee wins by 11. All right.
Why do you think Tennessee wins by 11?
I think the defense gets tired, and I think that I'm afraid that Jackson Arnold might make mistakes because he ain't got any time.
Do you think Nico is going to be able to?
No, I think they're going to run the ball, and I think they're going to dominate the defensive line for us.
Well, let's go into NC State Clemson because that's a 20-point spread.
Okay.
I do believe that Clemson. Oh no, I'm sorry. NC State covers by 14.
God, I'm beginning to wonder though, because you look at
I'm just
NC
saying,
State
I'm just
that
saying
looks
by
like hammer
14.
shit, and everyone picked
I
them.
know they
except
look like hammered
Hunter and
shit, but
Preston.
I'm thinking that they cover by 14. Like, it's not going to be the
No, it's 20. 20.
right, but I think they get the 14.
Oh, okay,
I think they get into 14.
All right, give us some updates on the games.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's give it up before we close up. Thank you all for joining us tonight. We're going to give you a quick update on the scores.
Oh, our other college game was Iowa, Minnesota.
Tough
And
one. I think
that was one of our hardest.
Oh no! Overtime.
Oh, the fight in the
That's
Illini, baby.
I think that's it. I think it's done.
The fight in the Illini, 31-24.
Ball game. Turn out the lights.
And that's it.
The
That was it.
party's
That's it,
over. What a tough loss.
Brett
Look
Bielema.
at Brett Bielema. Just
Bielema.
Knocking it out of the park.
Bielema.
That's a huge win for Illinois.
Hey,
and
you know
I
what
told
was-
you the spread was not going to be 9 or 10.
No,
Knew
but
that.
that's what the spread was. But hey,
Opposite.
but do you remember? Syracuse lost to Stanford as well.
Yeah, what was the final on that one?
We were watching it while it happened. It was
Washington State's doing what they
it was
should.
26-24. They won by 2.
Wow.
So they're going to get their over again this year. We're fucked.
They are. We didn't pick them this year. All right. Thank you all for joining us for this 100th episode.
Oh my God! It's so 100.
We'll see you next week. Hey, come like us on
Facebook,
Sports
so
Allegedly
Kenny-
Facebook, please, so we can go back
Kenny
to live.
can please get Facebook Live.
Sports
We only need 30
Allegedly.
more people.
Sports Allegedly. Let's do
And
this.
by the way, I forgot to say that I am still the sports candy after 100 episodes. I'm the most succulent, delicious, the thing that you want in your mouth.
He's a dandy. Anyway,
I am
Sports
I
Candy.
am
All
what
right.
you want in your mouth, not
Thank
this
you all
hairy
joining us.
monkey.
Hey, rooting for OU, OSU, Tulsa tomorrow. Let's do this. Don't know if it's going to happen, but we'll be there rooting. We'll see you tomorrow. Or
All right.
see you next week, actually. Bye.
Bye, everybody.